Hi, I'm Carrie Peterson.
And I'm Lindsay Steffen, and we're the executive directors of Hightstown Theatre.
This is our 7th summer season of Hightstown Theatre in the Park, and it was certainly not the season we expected.
We expected to be here in the park with you, but like many organizations, we had to make some big changes and move our whole program online.
We couldn't be prouder of the way our directors and cast members rose to the challenge and created an amazing piece of theater.
We are so thankful for the support of the Mercer County Cultural and Heritage Commission and the Hightstown Cultural Arts Commission,
the East Windsor Education Association, I Care of East Windsor and Hightstown, and Emma Patty of Aledo, Texas.
But the circumstances of this year meant that we lost a lot of our usual sources of funding.
If you enjoy this program and want to ensure that we can provide this excellent experience for our local kids again, please consider giving to Hightstown Theatre.
Our Venmo is Hightstown Theatre, and our PayPal is heightstowntheatre@gmail.com, and that's theater with an R-E.
Our program gives students in our community a unique opportunity to learn about the joys of theater through Theater in the Park, Parkway Players, Impact Theater, and classes and workshops throughout the year. We never turn away a student because they cannot afford the tuition or class fees.
We hope that you'll become a part of our Hightstown Theatre family by giving through one of the links below and ensuring that we can make great theater here in Hightstown for many, many years to come.
So without further ado, it gives us great pride and joy to present the 2020 production of Theater in the Park, Odd at Sea, an Odyssey Most Unexpected.
It is a time of heroics and grandeur. It is a time of deeds of legend and of drama. A time when things got wild and crazy for a little while. Talking about ancient Greece, I'm Hermes, Greek god. Behold now, ye puny mortals, a man who would change history forever, whose deeds would be remembered throughout the ages by the examples he set. I'm speaking, of course, Thespis?
That's right.
Who's Thespis?
Just go with it.
And why am I talking into this strange voice stick?
It's called a microphone, and this is the opening voiceover.
Oh. Behold, mortals, the story of Odysseus as told by the Peloponnesian Midwest Regional Third Place Chorus. A story that would change the world.
Really draw that last bit out.
The world. Better?
Yeah.
All right, people, listen up. We've got a lot of work to do today. Now, as you know, the Peloponnesian Midwest Regional Chorus Championships are this afternoon at the Theater of Dionysus. And do I need to remind you how important this is?
Yes.
It's very important.
Okay.
Is everybody ready?
Not quite, sir.
Elias, you've never quite got it together, have you?
Sorry, sir.
Thespis, where have you been?
Hey, Ractus, I've been doing some thinking.
You know that's never been our strong suit.
I've got some ideas.
Not now, Thespis. The regional championship is mere hours away.
But, sir.
No! Now, as you all know, this year we've chosen the hardy and true story of Odysseus and his adventures in attempting to return home. Did everyone learn their lines?
Yep. I've forgotten them, sir.
Then just mouth along, Forgetius. It's not like anyone's gonna stand out here.
About that, sir.
Quiet! Remember the movement. Smile! And don't bump into the statues. Strophe 1, begin.
The Trojan War of many years draws surely to a close. Battles and victories for the men of Greece. but one among them has by the gods been chose. A heroic man known merely as Odysseus?
It doesn't even rhyme, sir.
Thespis, it's a slant rhyme. Now shut your trap and keep going.
He would not return to his home at Ithaca for years, trapped as he was in the gods' cruel hand. Muddy Poseidon he'd angered, and any good man fears the wrath of the gods under which no man stands. 10 long years have passed since the Trojan War, where Odysseus' cunning won the day, and with that story we will not bore.
Yes, we will, for I am Odysseus.
Thespis, what's the doodle?
I am Odysseus.
No, you're not.
Fine, but I'm going to play Odysseus.
Well, does that mean we're going on break?
No, Delias.
What's the meaning of this? Get back in the chorus with the others.
How many of these choral competitions have we been in?
16.
And how many have we won?
None.
Where do we always place?
3rd.
Out of how many?
3.
Which makes us?
Great.
No! Last. It makes us last place. Every year for the past 16 years.
Then surely that's where fate wants us to be, Thespis.
Maybe you, Nihilus, but not me. Here I am, and I'm going to rock this thing like a hurricane.
But how?
By being Odysseus.
But you're not.
But I can be. In this story, I shall play the part of Odysseus. I shall act out the role, which makes me...
Weird.
No, I shall be known as an actor.
I want to be an actor too.
Me too.
I.
I'm not sure about this. How could it possibly work? A bunch of people acting independently on stage? They just talk over each other. No, we
Being true or not, I suppose.
I work with
Okay, I'm gonna
shut
die
up.
in the end. Let's just
Nice.
switch.
Sunday.
What? You are on thin ice.
I'm sorry. I won't do anything bad ever again. I'm sorry.
Watch yourself. It's just not done.
Watch this, Directus. I'll show you how it can be done.
So the story begins in the most unruly place.
Odysseus' estate in the mountains of Thrace.
Hey, that's a lie. It takes place in Ithaca.
Well, why don't you try and find a run for Ithaca, you big jerk?
Anyways, there at his home lives his marvelous wife, whom Odysseus loved with all of his life.
Penelope Ann MacBuffy MacBay.
I am the queen of all I survey.
But the things were not good. They were awfully poor, because her husband had not come home from the war.
And she had a son, we'll call him young Telly. Without his dad, he'd grown up all skinny and smelly.
And her husband's long absence was causing her fears. He'd been gone, after all, for 20 long years.
And up to the house came a number of guys who weren't very smart, and they weren't very wise.
Penelope Ann MacBuffy MacBay, come out, come wed me today.
I'm not coming out, you ugly toad. I'm still married, you jerk, so hit the road.
Penelope Ann MacBuffy MacBay, marry me, and with you I'll stay.
Are you deaf? Are you dumb? Perhaps you did not hear. I am still married to my man, and he's awfully dear.
Penelope Ann MacBuffy MacBay, I love you so much, I really can't say.
When my husband returns, he'll smash in your head. Get out of here fast. If not, you'll be dead.
Oh, come on. You're kidding. Your husband's long gone.
If he isn't dead, then he's surely moved on.
Shut up, you guys. You can't win her heart. My name is Telly and I know mixed martial arts.
What's this? A young pup defending the place?
Get out of here, boy, or we'll mess up your face.
On second thought, I have an idea so fine. Get down to the cellar and bring us some wine. We're staying, my lady, until you make a choice to make the husband of one of us hear with your voice.
So they drank and they drank, and they partied till dawn. They made a mess of the house with their parts being on, and the word went out far and far and that if the party was where it was at.
We welcome to this place a whole awesome host, a group of guys that you'll love the most. There's Billy, the bully of Villigan Bay,
and Mortimer Andrew O'Gillian Shea.
There's Chippy the Schnitt, a wonderful dude. You love burping and surfing and anything crude.
And Stubby McGrubby, the stupendous clown, with his fierce and growing incredulous frown. So I ask you again, and we're all waiting to hear, which one of these men will become your sweet dear?
Penelope and Buffy MacBay, pick one of us here to marry today.
All right. I can see that you've won. Oh, no.
But I'm weaving a shroud and I will choose when I'm done.
That's fine with us. We'll sit and we'll wait.
And while we wait, we'll throw a party so great.
So the men settled down. They drank and they drank. They drank until the hall quite literally stank. So the question remains from on low and on high.
Just whatever happened to that Odysseus guy?
Let's take it back 10 years, to the end of the war with the Trojans. And if you're keeping score, they had beaten those guys after a mighty long fight and were at last headed home in the muck-muckered night.
All right, men, gather up and let's get in this ship and finally go home after this triumphantist trip. Let's go home to see children and our beautiful wives. Let's go back to farming and living our beautiful lives.
So they got all their stuff and piled into the boat and shoved off for home without leaving a note. I wondered who. His name was Ajax. He was strong as an ox, but had a brain full of tacks.
This is so great. We home for lunch. I've got sweet dance skills, and I've got a hunch. There's nothing in Corliss land or in Corliss sea sitting around here quite as awesome as me.
For those of you sitting in school taking a rest, this is called hubris. It'll be on the test.
It means that you're prouder than most. And if you're going to have hubris, you're going to be toast. So up from the water came a mighty loud roar, and there appeared in the ocean, quite far from the shore, a guy, a little quizzical guy, with a trident in his hand, and he spoke with a voice both majestic and grand.
I am Poseidon, I speak for the seas, and your disrespect will land you on your knees.
I don't care what you say, you weird little man. I'm the baddest big flasher on sea or on land.
Hey, Ajax, maybe you ought to just shut it, because I don't think...
Silence!
Oh, now you've done it.
I was about to let you and your friends on your way, but now you are going to pay today, and tomorrow and the next for a mighty long time, because you have insulted the god of the brine.
Can I make a quick point? It was Ajax that spoke. How about punish him and let the rest of us go?
Nope, for the sins of one, I'll punish you all. Erect it for everyone, and now all will fall. Because once somebody's done wrong and broken the rules, I'll make you all suffer, just like middle school. Once again, I will tell you my name. I am Poseidon, and I run this game. I'm the god of the sea, the ocean, and the quakes. I'll give you the willies, and I'll give you the shakes. Because where you are going is far, far away, and you won't make it home for a mighty long day. Oh, the places you'll go and the places I'll send you, to islands with monsters where you'll run the menu. And on your small boat, you'll sail high and you'll sail low, to the strangest and dangerous places you'll go. And sometimes it may look like you're going to win. You'll find beautiful girls with beautiful grins. They'll smile and dance and run up to greet you.
That doesn't sound bad.
And then they will eat you.
Dang it!
Oh, the places you'll go, you ridiculous fools. You've kicked off a god, and that is cool. So now off you go to wander the sea, and I promise you haven't heard the last of me.
And he huffed and he huffed, a fabulous huff, and he puffed, a ginormous puff. And all of the men heard a thunderous boom, and into the sea their ship zoomed, and he blew them straight to the island of Circe, a witch who made pigs of those she found unworthy.
My bad.
And just then came a whoop from crew member 4, who was sleeping up on the roof, up over the door. He slipped and he sloped and fell down instead. He cracked open his head and he ended up dead.
No! Why, gods, why? Why must you take this amazing cool guy? There was no one on Earth like crew member 4. Now he's gone. Oh, gone. Right here on the shore.
Did you see that? We're dying. This is a bad sign. We need to get moving, and this is the time.
You're right, of course. You think out of the box. But did I mention that Circe is quite a hot fox?
Oh boy. Your wife, Sora. You remember her, yes?
Oh, my wife, yes, of course. She really is the best.
So they charted a course on the beach with some sticks, and who was there to help them? Crew member 6.
Before you all leave, there's something to know. You're going to go places. Oh, the places you'll go. From here, you'll sail down, down, down below to Hades. That's the underworld for those in the know.
That's not on my map, but I'll take your word.
We're going to Hades. I think that's absurd.
Crazy or not, it's the place you're going. So get out of here fast and better start rowing. Because down there is the Seer of Sea. You'll need him to survive the scariest sea. You'll have to ask him just what you've done wrong, which god you've offended, and how to respond.
Well, I'm sold, Let's get on with it then.
Excuse me one moment. Who are you again?
Well, I guess you haven't heard of me from out in the sticks. I'm the mighty, stupendous, immortal crew member 6.
Right.
So off they did sail after saying goodbye.
Are you kidding me? We're all gonna die.
Calm down, 5. There's nothing to fear this time.
That's easy for you to say. I'm next in line. With 4 gone, it's clear who's next to go. Well, I'm not dying easy. I'm putting on a sweet show.
He stopped talking big the moment he saw the entrance to Hades, which opened like a huge maw, and down there they sailed.
This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea.
To the land of the dead, where they met those who died or been hit in the head.
Fear me, all people from the land up above, for I am the ghost of the man you didn't love. I fell down in battle and my skin was torn. Witness here the ghost of crew member 4.
You didn't fall in battle, you ridiculous twit. You fell off a roof. You're so full of it.
Shh! You're wrecking my image down here.
Listen, my old friend, we've come for the seer.
Turn right at the light and left at the weft and spin around twice where the barn meets the best. And it also wouldn't hurt to sacrifice a small goat. You know, that's the best way, not to unfloat your boat.
Darn it, man 4, we forgot to bring one aboard. As much as I hate it, there's no goat on this horde.
Oh shoot, we won't make it. It's time to turn around. Let's go back to the island back there that we found.
Quiet, you coward, you fill me with shame.
That's easy for you to say. You've got a real name. I'm known around here and around there as crew member 5. There's no way I know how I'm getting home still alive.
So all around stretched the land of the night, It was quite a showstopper and seemed quite a sight.
Oh, what a wonder this underworld is. Look, there's the ocean, a fizzling fizz. And there is the river of doom, with splashes and dashes and makes a cool doom.
And look, over there, it's the Mountain of Meds. And there's the owner, the master, K-Fed.
Oh, look, there's the Ubler, the nobleman sea, driving cross-country on his huge SUV. It's a torment and torture with fuzziness dice, for he's paying for gas with an outrageous high price.
And there in the corners, that Sisyphus guy, condemned to roll that big rock up on a hill so high. He'll never quite make it. He never quite wins. The rock just rolls down and he starts up again.
And here's the paparazzi with their photo fly biz. Oh, what a wonder this underworld is. Look, there's Britney and Gaga and Angelina Jolie. I don't know them, of course, but I hope they know me.
And down as they sailed into the deep, past the grumbler statues that cheep and go peep, past the gelatinous, slimy snakes with the slick. It was really quite unpleasant. It was really quite sick. Down into the dark near the Huggle-Mazoo, who hugged and bugged with the Huggle-Magoo, and out from the deep cake the grimulous goat, who taunted the crew with their bitterest boat.
Ooh. Hey, look, it's the living. They think they're the shiz, but you really don't know what a wonder this underworld is. Come join us, you fools from the land up above, and sample our sweets from our undying love.
That's weird, you freaks. I'm not into that stuff. Got a girlfriend at home, and she's quite enough.
Well, I've heard she's cheating on you. Oh, snap.
I don't know. No, you darn ghost. That can't be true.
Get out of here, spirits, and leave us all be. We're looking for the blind seer man. See?
Okay. We'll leave you to continue to strive. But we're taking a toll. Crew number 5.
Dang it, I knew I was marked for death. I've sighed my last sigh, breathed my last breath.
And they grabbed crew member 5 and stole him from heaven. So the men waited a moment for crew member 7.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm really so late. I was down in the galley looking for bait, but now that I'm here, I was never all gone, so what did I miss? What's going on?
7, this is going to blow your mind and your head. We sailed into Hades, the land of the dead.
Whoa, dude, is there even enough water to float us? Never mind, I'm going back into the hole to eat some lotus.
Hold it right there. No one is escaping this fate. We need to find the seer man, and we can't possibly wait.
And just then they spotted the seer of sea, the marvelous Tiresias, so blindfolded be.
Oh, I'm the seer of seas. I've seen all there's to see on land or in trees. And I know what I know when I know why you've come. You're the men from the Odyssey, and you're really quite dumb.
Yes, you see, we need to get back home to our wives. We need to get back to starting our lives.
Oh, I see better than most. You've done a bad thing, and now you are toast. You've ticked off Poseidon. He's royally ticked, and he's making sure you keep sailing until you are licked.
Oh, my bad. Again.
Oh, great seer of seas, just what can we do? How can we please the great god of the blue?
You've heard of Orpheus, the greatest musician of all time, and his bride, Eurydice. His was the unluckiest of wedding days. Orpheus and Eurydice, number 1, Ovid 88. Orpheus, the widower bridegroom, mourned her in the upper world, but his grief was limitless, inconsolable, desperate. He left the warmth and sweetness of our air. He dared to descend to the river Styx and crossed it to the underworld. Through that dim domain, with all its shimmering, buried ghosts, he passed until he arrived at its melancholy heart, found its king, lying with Persephone. He knelt before them, drowning in his grief.
I don't know what power love has down here, but I hear he has some, for he brought you two together. If that is true, that love moved you once, then listen to me. I have tried to master this grief, but I can't. I understand we come here in the end. My bride Eurydice will be your citizen in the ripeness of her years. I am asking for a loan, not a gift. If you deny me, one thing is certain, I want you to keep me here as well.
Orpheus, turn around.
Eurydice?
Song has moved us, Orpheus, and you may have her on one condition. As you ascend and leave this place, she will not walk beside you, but she will be following. And you may not, until you pass our gates, turn around to look at her. If you do turn around before you lose the sunlight, she is ours, forever.
Hermes will accompany you. Now remember, hesitation, doubt, and our gift must be returned. A simple enough condition?
It ought to have been. The singer led the way, ascending the sloping path through the murk. A long way they traveled, almost all the way. But you know what happened. Concerned for her, or not quite believing it wasn't a cruel delusion, a dream or a mirage. He turned.
Farewell.
That was his last sight of her, but he saw it again and again.
Farewell.
Is this story a story of love and how it always goes away?
Farewell.
Is this a story of how time can only move in one direction?
Farewell.
Is this story a story of an artist and the loss that comes from sudden self-consciousness or impatience?
Farewell.
Orpheus and Eurydice, number 2, Rainer Maria Rilke, A.D. 1908.
He said to himself they had to be behind him, said it aloud and heard it fade away. They had to be behind him, but their steps were ominously soft. If only he could turn around just once.
Looking back would ruin this entire work, so near completion.
Then he could not fail to see them, those other two who followed him so softly.
The god of speed and distant messages, a golden crown above his shining eyes, his slender staff held out in front of him, and little wings fluttering at his ankles, and on his left arm, barely touching it, she.
A woman so loved that from one lyre there came more lament than from all lamenting women, that a whole world of lament arose, in which all nature reappeared, forest and valley, road and village, field and stream and animal, and that around this lament world, even as around the other earth, a sun revolved, a silent star-filled heaven, a lament heaven, with its own disfigured stars. So greatly was she loved.
But now she walked behind the graceful god, her steps constricted by the trailing grave clothes.
Uncertain, gentle, and without impatience.
She was deep within herself, like a woman heavy with child, and did not see the man in front or the path ascending steeply into life. Deep within herself, being dead filled her beyond fulfillment, like a fruit suffused with its own mystery and sweetness. She was filled with her vast death, which was so new she could not understand it had happened.
She was no longer that woman with brown eyes who once had echoed through the poet's songs, no longer the wide couch of Sen and island, and that man's property no longer.
She was already loosened like long hair, poured out like fallen rain, and shared like a limitless supply.
And when, abruptly, the god put out his hand to stop her, saying with sorrow in his voice,
He has turned around.
she could not understand and softly answered,
Far away, dark before the shining exit gate, someone or other stood, whose features were unrecognizable.
He stood and saw how, on the strip of road among the meadows, with a mournful look, the god of messages silently turned to follow the small figure, already walking along the path, her steps constricted by the trailing grave clothes.
uncertain, gentle, and without impatience.
Here's what to do. You're almost all home. Just keep to your wits and leave the gods alone. You're going to sail through the most treacherous spot, but if you do it just right, you'll be home in a shot. But if you don't do it right, you really will fry. You're going to die, yes. You're going to die.
So armed with the knowledge the great cedar man spun, the men sailed back up to the world of the light and the sun. But no sooner had they just crest the very next wave, before washing or rinsing or even a shave, they entered the most dangerous part of the sea. That part could easily kill you or even kill me.
Hermes, what brings you here? You hardly ever come. Come inside and say what's on your mind. And if I can, I'll help you.
I was sent. You'd think I'd come otherwise? Who would come over all that water if someone didn't make it? It was unending. No cities on the way, no mortals to make sacrifices, nothing to do. But Zeus makes up his mind.
Zeus? What does he want with me?
Well, see, he says you have some man here left from Troy, and 10 years ago he did something to offend Poseidon, and there's been trouble ever since. Now it seems Athena wants him home, and Zeus agrees. You have to let him go and give him transport.
What monsters you are!
Excuse me?
You gods who live up in the sky, you can't bear to see a goddess be with a man, even if she lives in the middle of an ocean and has no one else for company. You're pretty slack yourself with earthly girls, but when it comes to us...
Calypso!
So radiant, Dawn once took Orion, until you easeful gods grew peevish at it. And holy Artemis frowned in gold, hunted down Daedalus with her arrows. And then Demeter yielded to Iason. But then Zeus found out and killed him with a thunderbolt. So now you grudge me, too, my mortal friend. It was I who saved him when his troops were lost. His good companions, the wind and current, washed him here to me. I fed him, loved him, sang that he shall not die, nor grow old in all the days to come. But now there's nothing eluding Zeus's will if he insists.
He does insist.
But surely I cannot send him. I have no long-watch ships, no company to pull him on the broad back of the sea. I live alone.
He is to build his own ship, and you're to help.
Fine. I'll let him go. I'll help him build his ship. Now get out of here. You've given me your message. Go on.
Send him off at once, Calypso, and show more grace in your obedience, or one day we might get annoyed and punish you.
Farewell, winged giant slayer.
Wait, who's that? He's not our Odysseus. He looks older and different and quite suspicious.
Shut your mouth quick before he hears. He's bound to look different. It's been 20 long years.
Unhappy friend, come here.
Calypso, please.
I don't want anything from you. Odysseus, your unhappiness has just ended. You're going home.
Don't tease me, sweet Calypso.
You're going home. No need to grieve. No need to feel like consumed here. I pondered it. And I shall help you go. Come and cut high timber for a raft, so you may ride her on the misty sea. Come, I'll help you.
After all of these years, a helping hand? Oh goddess, what guile is hidden here? A raft, you say, to cross the western ocean, rough waters and unknown? Seaworthy ships that glory in God's winds will never cross it. I take no raft you grudge me out to sea, or yield me a great oath if I do, to work no more enchantment to my harm.
What a dog you are to think of such a thing. My witness then be earth and sky and dripping sticks that I swear by. I have no further spells to work against you. Come, Odysseus. My heart is not a piece of stone.
So in a matter of minutes, he was sailing alone, and after 10 years of his journey, Odysseus was home.
Our story's not over, not on your sweet life. There was the matter of those guys who are after his wife.
Penelope, Anne, Macbeth, and Acme, it's finally time for your choice today. We've been patient for now, we've been patient somehow, we're patiently drinking your wine and eating your cow. But we've seen through this business with sewing that shroud. Choose one of us now, no delay is allowed.
Oh, okay, fine. I admit, you're the finest man left. All the rest died in the war, and I'm bereft. So here's what I'm going to do with you all. We'll have a contest tomorrow, and I'll make the call. I'll anoint my new husband with a gift of a rose. We'll film it, of course, with a producer I know, and sell the rights to Fox for a reality show.
Mom, no, you can't do it. Dad's coming back.
Ellie, I'm afraid your father has brains that you lack. Now, go play outside. I've tried to stay single, Lord, I've tried. But there comes a time when you've just got to give up and marry a stranger without a prenup.
So young Telly ran from that nefarious report, and cried he stumbled up to his tree fort. And who should be there just making a plan? It was his father, in disguise as an old scary man.
What are you doing here, you homeless old fool? Get out of here fast before I take you to school.
Hold still, you small wimp. I'm not who I seem. I'm the man from the past, the man from your dream.
The man from my dream, I'm sure you were not. He was a hero, not some creep with skin rot.
Listen, you dolt, I'm up here in disguise. I've disguised my face and I've disguised my eyes. But what a disguise I surely do prize. Those unruly guys who've spoken some lines. Now to sum it up clear, I'm the best that's ever been had. I'm your father, your old man, your papa, your dad.
No, that's impossible.
Stop it. Come on, what is wrong with you now? I said I'm your dad. There's no need to howl.
The next day was a contest for Penelope's hand, a contest full of miracles, a contest so grand.
Okay, I have one last challenge to go. This bow was my husband's. This bow that I now show. This bow is tougher than you could possibly ever know. The task is simple. One arrow is all you require. First you aim, then fire. Get it?
I'll take the first shot, since I'm stronger than strong. I'm stronger than sumo champion Mong Pong.
I don't know who that is.
He's super strong, like a wall of meat. So hand it on over, and I'll string that there bow, because these mighty big guns are not just for show.
Mama! I'll go next, you buffoon. I've got muscles you lack. Ow! Ow! I think I broke my back.
Alright, I'll take the next shot because I'm a man and the rest of you are clearly not. Dang it!
I guess none of you here are man enough to be my new man. I guess I'll stay single and do what I can.
No way, I don't care if we all failed that test. You'll marry one of us here or you will never rest.
Excuse me, young lady, I can't help but say this. Do you mind if I try the bow of Odysseus?
Are you riding me? Look at this ugly old grump. He's a geezer, a goozer, a mug guzzling lump. Get out of here, Grandpa. Go back to your home. Get out of here fast, or we'll smash you with stones.
I'm sorry, the contest is open to all on stage. I don't based on race, gender, or even old age.
All right then, I'll try it. I'll give it a go. But first let me mention that your husband I did know. He was brave, intelligent, dashing, and buff. He had the greatest hair ever. Incredible stuff. He was kind to his friends and to his enemies fair. His smile was so dazzling, and soulful was his stare.
All right, we got it. He was cooler than cool.
More than that, my friend, he seriously rolled.
Come on, grandfather, just try out the bow. Stop trying to impress us with this guy that you know. If Odysseus was here, he'd break and he'd bend. I'd bash him and smash him and kick his rear end.
All right then, what's your name, guy number 5? Just making sure I know for when we go live.
Odysseus pulled on the string of that bow.
Hey look, I can do it. Well, what do you know?
With a kazip and a schlip, the arrow did fly, and it hit number 5 right through the eye.
Mom, this is Dad, returned from the war.
He doesn't look quite how he looked before.
What can I say? Things were tough there at sea. But, wifey, oh wifey, this truly is me. I may not be as handsome as I was way back when, but looks aren't everything, not even in men.
Odysseus, my husband, have you come home at last? What have you been doing in these years that have passed?
Oh, well, I took a wrong turn when we set up from Troy, but my crew was all eaten and my ship was destroyed. But now I'm home. I've made it all the way back, and now I'm going to kiss you.
Hold it there, Jack. You've been gone 20 years, if it really is you. But tell me one thing. I was true. Were you?
Come on, baby, you know me, you know? I would never go out there and do something so low. Sure, maybe there were nymphs and maybe a goddess or two, but I told them no way. I was married to you.
You've changed. You look strange. Are you sure you're my man?
I am. I'm the man with the plan.
Okay. Before I give you one kiss, you must answer me this. What kind of bed is up there in our room?
That's easy, you know, if I may presume. That bed was carved from the trunk of a tree. I know because I carved it, you see.
Oh, it's true, it really is you. You've made it back home from out of the blue.
And now that I'm back, we're united at last. It's time to give me that kiss that I asked.
Yeah, sure, of course. But could we wait an hour? You are desperately in need of a shower.
You're right. I truly am rank. I'll be back soon after dipping the tank.
So Odysseus drew a great bath of bubbles that day. As he soaked there, he thought,
Caligan, take me away.
And that is the end of the great Odyssey.
a magnificent story for you or for me.
Thank you for having this hour to spend.
Hope you enjoyed it, because this is the end.
There's gonna be a fight. There still might be a war. For the moment we've got danger on the run.
And things will get bad before they will get better. It may feel like an ending, but the battle's just begun. Are we ever gonna once have it easy?
Feeling ready?
Feeling stoked? Feeling queasy? We could fail, but we have to try.
Don't feel bad, cause we're immortals.
Bring on the monsters, bring on the monsters, bring